let's go ahead and jump into our next segment, which is going to be our top stories for the week. But before we do that, we will be giving a shout out to our sponsor, the New Challenger Discord. So let's go ahead and get over to that quickly. If I can just get over there. There we go. So, do you want to get good at your favorite fighting game with your favorite fighting game character? Well, then the New Challenger Discord is the place for you. Supporting all of the most popular fighting games currently in rotation, like Dragon Ball FighterZ, and even up-and-coming fighting games like Soul Calibur 6, the New Challenger Discord will help you build that foundation and take your skills either online or to the next Evo. And yes, that is correct. We have had Evo representatives from the New Challenger Discord compete and actually do pretty well. So if you're interested at all, make sure that you go to the website. Again, that's New Challenger. I almost forgot. newchallengers.gg. Join the Discord. Let them know that True Sonic and Boogie sent you. And make sure that you also follow them on Twitch and on Twitter at New Challenger TV, because they post content there very regularly, like the beginner breakdown, which takes user submitted content that somebody will go over and basically pick and choose what you need to do in order to enhance your game. They also have online training. They have group training sessions, and they do weekly and bi-weekly tournaments where you can actually win real prizes. So again, that's newchallenger.gg. Shout out to Mr. Vinegar, who is the owner and the creator of the Discord server. They've actually been featured in Eurogamer as well, so you know they're legit. And as always, a huge shout out to our good friend Mount Lover, who is not only a friend of a weekly gaming news show, but he is a moderator for the Discord channel. He is also a commentator, and he runs the Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament, which should be rolling out with its season 2 very soon. I might be competing in that. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, shouts out to those guys. They have been shouting us out on all of their tournaments and whatnot for quite some time. I really do appreciate those guys, so big ups to them. And let's go ahead and get into the news. So we have our top stories for the week. Let's go ahead and get into the first one, and we're talking about Amazon once again.
Yes.
We just talked about how they are changing their pre-orders, which is, it's a little upsetting depending on what games you like to purchase.
Right.
But now we're going to talk about free games.
Yeah. So.
Because there's a lot. I think this was in order to make up for that specific announcement, because they are going all out.
Well, this is in celebration of their manufactured Christmas in July, the
Pretty
Amazon
much.
Prime Day.
Prime Day, yay!
Yeah, they said that. They said as much. But whatever, they're giving away 21 free games this month. So the way it's been working is it's a daily rollout. It started on the 2nd, and it's going to be a new game every day until the 17th, which
17th, yeah.
Yeah, Prime Day is the 18th. So until the day before Prime Day. Now there's 3 games that's going to be available all month. That's Metal Slug 3, The Last Blade, and Twinkle Star Sprites.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, there's been games. So I don't understand. The first game was only available for like 2 days. I even missed it. Pillars of Eternity, that was available from the 2nd through the 4th.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't want to play any of these games. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. All of these games, really none of these games look too appealing to me personally. I mean, I own Metal Slug. I own like the majority of the Metal Slug franchise. So having Metal Slug 3 on my PC would not be a bad thing. But I definitely don't need it, and I definitely don't need any of these other games either.
Right. Cubo 2, Battle Chef Brigade. I mean, yeah, the games are definitely who's who in the indie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
and the indie scene there. But I mean, they're still free games. If you want to go check them out, check them out. Again, they started on the 2nd. Today is what, the 8th. The free game that is available starting today is Ernog. That'll be available through the 14th. Every game after Pillars of Eternity has 6 days of availability.
Okay.
It's just that first game wasn't, for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Did not look like something I wanted to play.
And the game that's called Tyranny, that's available on the 16th. You only got 1 day to get that. You have the 16th and the 17th, and then there's no more.
Okay.
The last game is going to be available from the 17th through the end of the month. So the last 2 weeks of the month, Broken Age. But yeah, I mean, it's 21 games. There's a nice list there for you to go ahead and check out.
They're also doing an additional 50% off for all Twitch merch. I went ahead and bought me a t-shirt. That thing is snug as a bug. I love it.
yeah, that's right. 50% off of Twitch merch. So yeah, and keep an eye open for Prime Day, because they usually have some good gaming deals on Prime Day. If you're looking to, spend money on a manufactured holiday, I swear, if people start asking for Prime Day off, my head is going to explode. Yeah,
definitely not getting Prime Day off. Sorry, Chris. One more thing to mention, you don't actually have to download these games. All you have to do is click the little crown in the top right corner when you open up Twitch. And if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber and you have connected your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch account, you just have to add it to your library. And in order to launch the games or download them, you have to also download the Twitch app for your PC or Mac or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So a bunch of free games, not only like 3 that I'm kind of interested in. Yeah. But yeah. So happy Prime Month, I guess. I don't know. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. And this one is actually really juicy. I am loving this story. I am loving Bethesda for this story. So let's go ahead and get into it without any further delay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Bethesda basically called out Sony. They just said, look, Sony, they said, Sony, you suck. Essentially. So everybody knows Fallout 76 is coming out. It's going to be basically an online multiplayer game, MMO type game. Don't know what the second part. I don't know if it's an MMO FPS, MMO.
I have no idea.
MMO, but it is an MMO. And Todd Howard, who's a director he's creative director on Fallout 76, right?
Mm-hmm.
The creative lead on Fallout 76. He came out and basically he said, "Look, we want Fallout 76 to be cross-platform playable, but Sony is not helping us out." Sony, the specific quote says, "We'd really love that, but right now we can't. Sony is not as helpful as everyone would like." Again, another developer coming out saying, "Yes, we can do cross-plat, but Sony doesn't want us. Won't allow it."
Sony doesn't want it to happen, and it's really interesting because this is going to be the first massively multiplayer Fallout game. It would be amazing if it was cross-platform. I don't think it's coming out on the Switch, so we can't bank on that. Switch Microsoft partnership.
It hasn't been announced at least yet.
Yeah, but man, it just sucks, especially when the developers come out and blatantly say yeah, that's something we want to do, but Sony isn't doing it. That speaks volumes.
Yeah, and the thing is, Bethesda and Sony has a history of bad blood, because remember when they wanted to set out mods for Fallout 4 and Skyrim, they said, yeah, we don't know if it's coming out on Sony because Sony won't let us do what we want, and they eventually came to a deal, but the
deal sucked.
It's a GIMP version of the mods, versus what you can get on PC and even on Xbox One.
Right.
So, but Bethesda doesn't seem to be a big Sony fan, and this is another one of their look. We would love to, but they won't. And the cross-platform play drumbeat just gets louder for Sony at this point.
Yeah, because they're either gonna fold or they're gonna get left out. They're gonna get left in the dust. And who wants that as a company that's especially when you're leading the charge in video gaming. They have some of the most compelling exclusives on the PlayStation Why are they so worried about what third-party games want to do? I have no idea. People are gonna buy PlayStation for PlayStation games.
Yep.
They're not buying PlayStation to play Fallout, because if you did that, something's wrong with you.
Right.
If you're buying a PlayStation to play Bethesda games, something's wrong with you.
Right.
Because Skyrim was garbage on the PlayStation 3.
If your primary purpose in the game is Fallout or Skyrim, you should be playing on PC. To be quite honest, that's the best
honestly
way to play these games.
Yeah.
Is to have it on Xbox One and PlayStation for people that's like, well, I like Halo, I like Gears of War, and guess what? I'll play Fallout on my Xbox, or I like God of War and I like Spider-Man and I like Uncharted and I can play Fallout on PlayStation. Is definitely not a system seller.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No, not at all.
I think we're moving more and more toward one of these developers, one of these publishers saying, look, I'm just not going to put my game on your system, because
that would be crazy.
Not only does it hinder them doing console cross-platform, I'm willing to bet it also is causing a problem for cross-platform between PC and a console, because if they do PC and Xbox and they have to block out Sony, that's probably, I'm bet there's some extra work and issues with that, as opposed to them just saying, okay, it's cross-plat and everybody can play against each other.
Right. So, it's much easier to just like turn on a tap and let the water, or let the, let it flow, right, instead of like turning on this tap and then redirecting that. It's just basic, man. They should. Right. Sony needs to get with it, or they're gonna get left behind. It's as simple as that.
I think we mentioned this before. One of the problems is Sony makes a lot of money off the PlayStation, and it's actually one of their profit centers in the mega corporation Sony as a whole. Right. It makes more money than they don't do. They makes more money in the TV division. It's doing just as profitable as their entertainment division, movies and music. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that beats them out is their imaging. Because they make their sensors for most of your cell phones that you have out there. Right. They make sensors for Nikon, and they have their own camera. They have their own cameras that they make sensors for. And they also make industrial sensors. When you think about X-ray machines and stuff like that, they make sensors for those. So Sony's sensor business is the only other thing inside of that outpaces Sony Computer Entertainment, and they don't want to lose that profit center. And I think that's a big part of the reason why they're really against cross-plat, because they feel if they let cross-plat, they're gonna lose some of those microtransaction sales.
Yeah,
and that's something they don't want.
And we already know that Xbox is just a drop in the bucket for Microsoft. They make little to no real substantial income off of Xbox compared to their other business ventures.
Exactly.
So, that may have something to do with it. I mean, we did have the former Sony employee just flat out say, yeah, they're doing it because of the money. Yeah. And more and more we keep seeing reasons to believe that, because they're keeping, they're like holding their players, they're essentially holding their players hostage on their system, especially when it comes to games like Fortnite and games like Minecraft. They're just holding them hostage.
I think the only thing that sells systems more than exclusive games are friends.
Oh, of course. I mean, and when I was working at GameStop, and even when I wasn't working at GameStop, and people would still ask me like, "Yo, what console should I get?" I'm like, "Okay, what exclusives do you want to play, and where are your friends?" Right. And that's essentially the answer to your question right there. There's no like, oh, which one is more powerful, which one can do this, which one has 4K. Like, no, where are your friends, and what games do you want to play?
Exactly.
And that's it. Yeah, for anybody out there wondering which console to pick up. Maury Jennett's in the house. What's going on, homie? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, they're definitely gonna have to do something, because Bethesda is definitely big in the industry. They have that weight, they have that pull. So if I don't know, we thought that Rocket League could do it. We thought that Minecraft could do it. It's still up in the air whether or not Fortnite can force Sony's hand, but maybe the combined effort of these guys could actually do something. I don't know.
This is the thing. There's two new games coming out, and I don't think they're gonna make it this generation. They're probably gonna be on next gen consoles. Skyrim 6 and what's the
Elder Scrolls, yeah.
Yeah, and the other game that they announced, Star something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That new IP.
Those games are going to be on the next consoles, in the next consoles. Like, I can't imagine them making it to this.
I mean, those games are like 2-3 years out, and so are the next gen consoles.
Right.
So,
and my thing is, if Sony brings their next iteration of PlayStation and they're still locking people out, I can see that being a problem for the developers. And developers saying, "Hey, look, we're just going to work with this one guy, this one company.
We're going to work with these 3 guys, and you could be by yourself."
Yeah, and let the ones that let us do what we want to do. We're going to work with them, and you can keep making your exclusives, and good luck.
Yeah, I mean, because the exclusives are dope. I'm not going to hate on Sony's exclusives for 1 second.
But I will say this: Dreamcast had dope exclusives.
Yeah, it did. That thing died.
No third-party support. You're not going to make it. So
yeah, I mean, just look at the Wii U. No third-party support. Has some awesome exclusives. Some that we're still buying on the Switch today.
I purposely omitted Nintendo stories.
Yeah. No Nintendo stories today.